Hey ladies. Okay, let's get started with your brand new compact. Lots of fun here. So the first thing I do is color correct under my eyes. You may or may not need to do this. I'm using Sunlit here, just applying it to the areas of darkness there. You may have a color called Frenchie or possibly even Mango if you need to color correct. Another step I like to do is conceal and color correct my birthmark and also some areas of scarring, so some hyperpigmentation. This is super great if you have sunspots, age spots. Mango does wonderful. Now I'm going to get started with my contour very next. I'm going to use this small end of the buff brush and just dabbing. We don't ever swipe, we just dab into the products. I'm making what I call the rainbow around my forehead. And then I'm going to come to the top of my earlobe and just kind of draw along that cheekbone, okay? You can press and feel it. I keep it high up and I don't bring it in past my eye. The reason I keep it high up is if we bring it too far down, it's going to drag our whole face down and we don't want that. I like to come along my jawline and I'm going under it. I'm not coming up above, just adding a little bit of product. And I also kind of like to create a jaw, so I'm just giving a little bit of a shadow there, but don't worry, we will blend this so it'll be a shadow and not a harsh line. All right, moving on, using the bigger side of that buff brush, going into my highlights. First, I'm going into my all over highlight, and I'm putting this pretty much anywhere a man would have a beard. And then I also like to go above that contour line just a tad, and I'm gonna do this on both sides of my face. And I'm going to hit my nostrils as well. This is where I'm a little bit more prone to redness. And then I'm going to make that rainbow again across my forehead, okay? I look super silly, but I promise, trust the process, it's going to come together. It looks like a big 3 all over my face. Now I'm going into that brightening highlight using the same brush. And you can see I'm just doing a big triangle and elongating it. I'm also going to put it between my eyebrows. I'm going to run it down my nose. I like to hit across my eyelids to get rid of that purplish discoloration there, and then my cupid's bow and chin. Now I'm going to use either of these brushes. I'm going to keep showing you how to use the buff brush and blend it, so you literally can do your whole face with one brush. When I do the bottom along the chin line, I do rub it back and forth, but everywhere else on my face I always like to stipple it. So just showing you pressing it in right here. I always press in and blend almost upward, especially around my contour line. We never want to bring that down, remember? Okay, just blending this up, up, up. Same thing here at our forehead. And now I'm going to show you a couple of ways you can do your blush. You can wait, or you can go ahead and put it on and blend it all at the same time. I prefer to wait, and I'll normally just dab it in and put my blush on after I've blended everything. Now, if you want to do it at the same exact time, this is all you have to do. You use the blush and bronzer brush and you just keep blending. I like to normally stipple it everywhere, and then I'll come back to my blush area and contour down there. So I'm just stippling this in. Now, when I get here, I like to roll it because I'm rolling them together. Now, when I use the blush and bronzer, I want to point out the difference of how it does the contour. So one side's a little bit more buffed out, whereas one side's more defined. I'm just going to make this a little more defined so that my face matches, but wanted to show you the difference. I like using the buff brush just to get a little more definition in that contour. Totally up to you, either preference works great. Now I'm still using that big side, and here's just a little tip. If you ever want to clean up under your contour, you can just sweep a little bit more of that all over highlight. Not a step you have to do, just a little tip for you if you want to. Now, using the best tools God gave us, I am using my finger to contour my nose. So I don't want to bring it way out there. I've seen that as a mistake with ladies. I'm actually bringing it right along the edge of my nose. I like to elongate my face a good bit. So you see, I'm bringing it all the way up towards my eyebrows, okay? Then I like to clean up in the center using that brightening highlight right down the center of my nose. Now you can use the brush, the buff brush that you used in the beginning, absolutely works fine. I prefer using the Perfector. It is amazing because look at the difference here. It doesn't move my contour around as much, so that shadow is a little bit darker there. So it's not a harsh line, but a little more defined, okay? So I'm gonna balance out my nose because I do want that definition there, and use my Perfector. Now, I'm going to use the big end of the blush and bronzer and just go into a little bit of bronzer. I don't use a lot of bronzer, I just like to warm my face up, and that's all we're doing. Ladies like to ask what bronzer is, it just helps give your face warmth. I always leave that area in the center of my face bright. I don't want to darken it, and I kind of put it all around where the sun would kiss our face. I do put it on my neck, which is not where the sun would typically hit you at, but I like to just make sure my neck is balanced with everything, hitting my chin and also my nose. Now, you can use the big end to apply your powder, or you can use the powder brush. I use the powder brush a lot because I typically only powder my T-zone. I'm not very oily. If you are oily, you can absolutely use this brush and stipple it all over your face, or if you're really in a time crunch, a lot of ladies like to use the bigger end of the B-square brush and just dust it around. Now, typically, I would spray my face right here. Oh, no, I'm going to do a little bit of Illuminator. I about forgot that. Don't want to forget that. I always put that on after my powder. I like to hit it on my cheekbones, down my nose. I'm using a cream here. It just gives that beautiful internal glow to me. I like to hit my chin, my cupid's bow, and in between my eyebrows. These are just beautiful areas that I've already highlighted. Okay, I did spray my face to set it, and I'm going to show you how to do some eyeshadow here. This I'm only using 4. You've got it, 2 brushes, and I am first using the Bend and Tap brush, previously known as, it is the Smudge Brush now. It works amazing to put a color all over. I'm just using a very neutral color close to my skin tone. You can use either of these brushes. I am very, very much in love with the eyeshadow brush. I love to use that, so that's what I'm choosing. And I'm just putting a transition color right into my crease. You can use any number of colors to do this, so I don't want you to be limited just by what I'm applying, and I can give you recommendations of what will look really good on you, but just have fun with it. Hold your brush out a little bit further towards the end, that way you're able to like do the windshield wiper super easy and you're not putting too much pressure on it. Trust me, it blends out so much easier. It's really just a blending game. All right, I'm flipping it over into the smudge side, as I lovingly call it, and just putting a darker color in that outer half of the crease and right above it. I like to pat it on almost in a V shape. So I'm actually doing little patting motions, little stippling motions right there. Now I like to flip it over and blend, baby, blend. That's all eyeshadow is about. And I do want to disclose that I did go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I put on some lip. So in case I look a little bit different, I did do those sides, those 2 extra steps, and I have one side of my eyeshadow already done, so you can see what look we're going for. Again, just windshield wipers. This is not a complicated process, I promise. I like to bring it around using the smudge end just with the excess left on my brush. I think it gives it a really polished, finished look, and I don't use a lot of eyeliner, so that works great. Again, using my fingers, I'm just patting right across my eyelid, a medium tone color that's got a little bit more of a pink shimmer to it. And I'm going into Sabrina, which is that super light color, hitting right there at the edge. And then I like to swirl it and put it in that inner corner. It just really helps open that eye up to me and makes it bright. My favorite mascara of all time is Thrive. So if you have an issue with mascara running down your face, definitely grab you some of that. It works wonders. It is the first mascara I've used that really stays. And that is this super easy look, ladies. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We can set up a one-on-one and walk you through your makeup. But yeah, that's it. Easy peasy. See you later.